Well, let's put a little bit of color on these. What do we got here? That's on the dark side, that's okay. We'll put that where the sun doesn't shine and just keep that like so. Try to put some shapes in there. Okay, I still have a pile on my palette. It's actually fairly dark, so I'll go down here as well. Let's see here. Okay. I'd rather those strokes sort of showed rather than, you know, as I think I mentioned before, when your pile on your palette gets a bit old, it also tends to be a little overmixed, and the time comes you need to freshen things up. So on this little stroke here, I had dipped into an area that had been touched so many times, it was overmixed. Okay, I think I can add a little bit of light to this now. I'm just using ultramarine blue and cobalt blue. And now we're going to put in a little more white. And there's my test stroke. I'm going to put a little bit more light on this here as well. Okay. Okay-ish. Keep going with that theme. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is put some on there, but I don't want that one to be too light. I would like this to be a little darker. And then as we come a little bit closer, we'll put a little more light in there. Well, that was a very solid stroke. Okay. There. What do we got here? Maybe something like that. Let me just add a bit of white to my pile here. I think I'd like more strength right there. And here. Okay, now we'll go back to our darker combination here. Yeah, that'll be the other side. Okay, I'll do that in a minute. Right now, it's time for the rescue brush. Yes, Kathy, a rescue brush. Well, it's just what it is, you know. You get a little clumsy and a little bit silly, and then suddenly it's like, whoop, didn't do a very good job of that. It's okay. Yeah, you can call it cheating if you like. I don't mind. What do we got here? Is that... I think I'm going to have to widen my trunk a little bit there. Yep, here as well. Wow. Right down to here. Pulling in some of that wet paint. Okay, well, I'm not going to worry about it. That still seems very thick here. I don't mind if it's basically the same thickness going up to the top. So if I'm going to say I don't mind it, then I may as well just leave it alone. All right, let's get back to... I can't paint right around here because I've laid in some wet paint and I need to let it settle a little bit and dry. Because we're going to have this branch, very strong branch, coming across here and then reappearing here. So I need to give it a few minutes to settle down. Okay, let's just scrape off the bulk of this. And we'll put in some ultramarine blue and yellow ochre, darker green, not too dark, you know, just a little darker. Some dribs and drabs. Okay. I think that's okay. think that'll work. It's pretty angular, but I don't think that's worth worrying about, really. Okay, I'm going to paint, if this seems a little bit thick, I'll just take some of the sky color, and it's dry now, but I'll remix some and I'll just cut into it a little bit on either side. I think the rest of this is good now. Ready for trunk. Okay. That's that bit. Now, well, maybe I can put in a bit of color here. That's going to be dark. Yeah. All right. Okay, there's going to be a sliver showing here, but I can fix that later. Yeah, there'd be a sliver of dark green in here, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. I better, in fact, paint the trunk in, or not the trunk, I'm sorry, this thick branch. I better paint that in before I know, before I dare to put in a bit of color there. I want to have that looking fairly accurate. Okay, now we're off to the trunk. So this was still a bit wet. I decided to paint into it anyway. I just wanted to get it done. I didn't put it on camera because I was holding my breath the entire time. And that was followed by a coughing fit. So I didn't want to share that with you. Now I have light on the underside of this branch. The reason I put it there is because there's going to be a lot of light on the bottom of the painting. There's going to be a lot of grass that's sunlit. So this is going to be reflected light from the bottom, because obviously this branch is under a canopy and it'll be darker on top. Just taking some burnt sienna and a little bit of ultramarine blue and hints of white, and laying in our trunk here. This one is not as important as this, but I'm about to throw a little more light on there. It's a slow, kind of fussy process, even on this painting. And that's why I'm using this smaller knife again. Okay. Now put a little bit more white in there. I always say I'm throwing color around. I'm not throwing anything around. Let's put a little bit of light on this. So far I'm being very dark on that trunk. I'm going to have to bring some light onto that in a moment here. I would like that trunk to curve out like that as well. You know, curving in that direction. Now maybe I'll make it splay a little bit. Go in both directions here. Okay, let's get rid of that ultramarine blue. And we'll just go straight to, see, look at the mess I'm making of that edge already. I don't like that. Rescue brush. Okay, look, that's good enough. Now we're just going to go straight to burnt sienna and some white. Don't want to be too stingy with the paint, don't want to be too generous with the paint. I'm so tempted to keep playing, and that would result in losing quite a bit of strength. Okay, let's not put too much detail on that trunk, okay? Sorry about all the heavy breathing, that's just how it goes. Okay. One more try, Phil. Do it right this time. Okay, stop. If I'm going for a strong painting, then I better just go for a strong painting. Okay, I like how that little bit turned out. And I'm just going to add this to it. Because it can catch a bit of light. Okay, good enough. Ugh, stop. All right. That's that one. It's actually very strong. I've played almost all of my cards regarding value and chroma right there. The challenge will be to make this one even stronger. And that's going to work just fine. So when you're washing in a painting, as dark as it may look against the white, it's not. This tree is very close. I'm keeping it. I like it. I can use it. But I need to make this tree, I think, more opaque than it was to begin with. So I've mixed some ultramarine blue and a little bit of burnt sienna, a little bit of turpentine, and I'm just going over it again because I need it to stand out. I like that little bit of trunk showing, so we're going to outline that as well. Just throw some shapes in here, you know. I know it looks a bit like masonry, and that's fine. It's just, you know, it's going to change a little bit with every bit of work we do on it. Yeah. Okay, I think that's good. It'll be a nice, small, young, but very strong little tree, and it's going to catch light. You know, this one has a fair bit of light on it. This will have more light and design in it. And of course it's thicker and it's more present. This will be a nice complement to the 3 sort of thing. It's going to catch some light as well. The you know, this tree is really the tree for the painting. This one and the other 2 that I have off to the left, they are conifers. This is deciduous, even though, you know, the greens are similar in the 2. The trunk design will be a little bit different between this one and this one. This is fairly straight and pole-like without a lot of design in it. This one is going to have, it'll be more like an old Gary oak or something, you know, something else you can find on the West Coast, although fairly rare. Actually, that might be a bit thick, a bit big. Anyway, yeah, this'll, you know, this is the main attraction as far as tree trunks go. That's supportive. I'm liking how this is all coming together. I'm really liking it. Well, guys, I put the camera on the charger. Batteries are charged again, and while I was doing that, I got this trunk done as well, this tree trunk. So I'll just give you a quick zoom on that. I think that turned out well. That's also burnt sienna and white, and some ultramarine blue in places in the shadows, and some alizarin crimson, you know, just hints of it in this area, just for variety. So I think that those 2 trees have become a good pair. It turned out well. Okay, talk to you soon.